Bonjour Parisian Vibe, my name is Jamie Beck. I am an American living in Provence, and today I'm showing you my favorite ways to tie scarves. As an American, I had a wonderful collection of scarves, but they always stayed in the closet. And one of the things I absolutely love and adore about French culture is the way the women of all ages beautifully wear their scarves, from the cities to the countryside. And inspired by that, I began to bring out my accessories and play with them. And now I just absolutely love to share the things that I have learned. You too can wear scarves as beautifully as the French women who inspire me. You can wear scarves all year round. You can wear the cute little bow tie scarves like Audrey Hepburn in Roman Holiday. A scarf is an accessory when you want to frame your face. You want to bring lightness to your face. So you can wear it in the summer, but typically in the fall, and the winter, and the spring are the right months to wear a scarf to accessorize yourself and to keep warm. I like to change the way I wear a scarf based on my mood and based on the weather and the light, and to really play with style and fashion just by changing the scarf and dressing up a sweater or a blazer that you have to wear to keep warm, or even your overcoat. To throw a scarf on is like to put sunshine around your neck. So today I'm going to show you some of my favorite ways to tie scarves, and they're really quite simple. It's really a lot easier than you think, and even if you make a mistake, it's probably going to look beautiful just by the nature of having silk wrapped around you. I call this look the European aristocrat. This is an Hermes scarf that was a gift to me from my husband from my first gallery exhibition that sold out. And it always brings back those wonderful memories of that time in our life and transitioning from a commercial photographer to an art photographer. But today I will show you how I like to tie this into the European aristocrat scarf. First, we're going to fold the foulard in half on the diagonal, and then we roll it up. So now we have a long, skinny snake like this. And you're going to wrap it around your neck. And you want to make sure that one side is quite a bit shorter than the other side. Because we're going to take the long piece and we're going to wrap it around our neck like a choker or a turtleneck. Now you want the two pieces to be even on the front. So what you do next is you put one of the ends over the other, and you're going to thread it up along the neck side and pull it so it waterfalls over the top. And then with the same piece, you wrap it around, making a loop, and then simply pull the two ends to finish the knot, like this. And with all scarves, at the end, you do a little adjustment, make sure it's comfortable, and make sure it's fluffed. You always want to fluff the ends of your scarves. Think of them as butterfly wings, and you're opening them up, like this. I call this the European aristocrat because, for me, it reminds me of horseback riding or drinking wine or having chateau problems. It's the perfect look to wear. Historically, people would wear scarves for horseback riding, so if there was an issue with the horse, if you fall, if the horse falls, if there's any sort of injury, you could remove your scarf to use it to wrap it or to make a sling if you're out far away from help. My look today is by a New York fashion designer, Christine Alclay. She is a small independent female designer in Brooklyn, and it's a corduroy suit, which is very nice. You can change the accessories and scarves and colors quite easily with it. The white ruffled blouse is by a Provençal fashion designer. Her name is Valentina, and she is just outside Avignon in Provence. I'm sure that all these ties have various traditional names, and I have no idea, and I don't want to look it up. So what I do when I'm tying them in the mirror is I make up funny stories in my head, and I call them whatever I call them to entertain myself as I'm tying these knots, and then that's just kind of how I end up referencing them by those names. And then when I tell other people, the people are asking, how do you tie your scarf that way? How do you tie your scarf that way? It's just a way for me to communicate with them, or for them to tell me what they want to learn, is by calling them these silly names that I come up with for fun. Because fashion should be fun. This is the newest piece in my growing collection. This I picked up in Munich. One of my favorite things about scarves is the stories that they tell, not just the way that you fold them. So every scarf brings back a memory for me, if it's recording my audiobook or a gallery exhibition. And this one I got on a trip to Munich from a store called Ed Meyer, who has been around since the 1500s, dressing royalty, and owned by the same family since that time. So it's incredible, and their quality is amazing. It is like a store of another era. It's for ladies and gents, and I find the whole thing to be wonderfully charming and interesting. So I asked for a lesson from them in how they would like to tie scarves. This one is a bit of a surprise, and I'll show you why. We're going to roll our scarf up. We're going to roll, 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 roll. So we have a nice, neat roll, and you're going to wrap it around your neck, and then you're going to take your favorite ring to make sure everybody sees it. You're going to put it front and center right on your chest. By threading the two ends through, you slide it up, and that's it. And now no one will miss your dazzling ring. You can also do this with a brooch if you like, or a hairpin maybe. If you have a beautiful antique hairpin, that could be lovely here. Anything to fasten here. This is a wool scarf. A cotton scarf also works really well because the texture will really hold it in place. So I'm not afraid about it falling off. And you can feel it. You can feel it snuggly around your neck. So you can wear it straight like this, which is quite lovely. Or you could turn it to the side and toss it over your shoulder as a second option. Ooh, but this is also a very nice way to wear your brooch if you're wearing a silk shirt or something that could possibly get a run in it. If you poke it with a needle, this is a nice way to wear a brooch or something without making holes in your shirt. My look today is by a female New York fashion designer. It's Merlette. It's a brand that I really love. I've been supporting for years because it's female designed. It's very comfortable, but it's very put together. So for example, this is just a t-shirt material where they've taken a lot of attention and detail to the design. So you look very sophisticated, but you're very comfortable. And I love that about that brand. Now, the ring, the dazzling ring, is by my friend Coralie van Coloon, who is a luxury fine jewelry designer in Belgium. She makes everything with her atelier by hand, and all of her designs are inspired by old Dutch master paintings. So you can see why we became friends, because our aesthetics are very similar, and this is one of her rings from her garden collection. We're calling this one the French bolo because it's inspired by traditional American bolos, but way more dazzling. Yeah, that's so cute. The French bolo. I love it. Today I've been at my friend's house, Shauna Varvel, the Le Mas Poiriers.
Welcome to Le Mas de Poiriers.
Hi, Jamie. It's named after the pear orchard and the 18th century farmhouse. I met Shauna, the owner of the house, when she finished her renovations. I live about an hour from here at this gorgeous Provence, and I'm a photographer, so she thought perhaps it would be of interest to me to come to see their beautiful home. And of course, I fell in love with not only the home, but with the family of the Varvels who live here. And we became friends since then. And it's always a joy to capture this property and the gardens and the lifestyle with my camera any chance I get. They worked with Parisian designer Marion Montego to make their house into a watercolor and have it printed on silk scarves. I should tell you should never be intimidated by how to tie a silk scarf, because really even the simplest tie looks absolutely beautiful. This is a really classic way to dress up a look for evening and accessorize with a scarf that tells a story, okay? So we're gonna fold it, and all you do is make a necklace out of your scarf. Simply tie it in the back. It's a very easy accessory. Anyone can tie a scarf this way, and it's like wearing a necklace. I'm wearing a silk dress by Thierry Colson, my favorite Parisian fashion designer. I really love to wear pieces, dresses like this, long dresses, dresses with beautiful balloon sleeves. They're just effortless, but you still look very put together and it's very flattering. You can wear a variety of different square sizes and turning them on the diagonal. You can tie them in different ways. The bigger the scarf, the more folds and the more drama. The smaller the scarf, the tighter it is around your neck, the beautiful the framing is for the face. I call this look the everyday Parisian. I was at a cafe and a French woman complimented me on my foulard. And she had taught me how to pronounce foulard, which I'm not so sure all French people would agree that I am still pronouncing it correctly, but I try. This scarf is an Hermes scarf that when I was recording my audiobook for my first book, An American in Provence, one of the pieces of advice I got from a professional was to wrap a scarf around your neck while you're recording. So I went to Hermes and bought this scarf, and it brings back wonderful memories of that accomplishment and challenge. This scarf tie is called Everyday because it's actually quite simple and very flattering for anybody. So you're gonna fold your scarf on the diagonal like this, and then you simply wrap it around and make sure that one side is shorter than the other side. You cross it over, and then the trick is that. It's that simple. And then you just tie it in a knot. You can really walk out the door while you're tying this scarf. And Parisian because it's chic. This is one of the scarf styles that I don't tie so tight around my neck because I think it looks like a beautiful flower wrapped around you, and it should be loose and very effortless. You can also reshape your scarf throughout the day, however you would like. And if you do tighten it, it will change the style and aesthetic of your scarf. You can also tuck the ends in at any point to make it look a little bit neater and more formal and sophisticated if you like. This is the look that I wear the most often because it's very easy to do, it's very comfortable, and it's very flattering. The dress I'm wearing today is by a wonderful artist and Indian designer called Mason and Mill. I discovered it on a trip with Fragonard when they took me to India to discover their hand artisan crafts that they put into their French products. And I discovered this fashion brand while I was there, and I have now been wearing them for years, and their clothes are very effortless, and the bright and joyful colors I love, especially with the floral scarf. This is a photograph I took in my studio. Look, it matches the scarf quite well. Actually, so this is what I do most of the time. I still life photography like this in the old style. And these are actually tulips, which look like roses. They're quite remarkable. And this is when the lilacs and the tulips were blooming in the garden. We didn't talk about my earrings. My earrings are actually a collaboration I made with Monica Rich-Cosin. They're inspired by 18th century French brossard earrings. And it was a design that I saw on the Queen of Arles at a dinner, and I could not stop staring at her. She looked so stunning. So I took inspiration from the design. It's a modernized hook, but it still has the traditional S shape, traditionally worn by fishermen's wives in France in the 18th century, which is why they have the S hook. And then they had these beautiful colored stones on the front facing. So we made earrings inspired by that to sort of bring that history back to life with Monica Rich-Cosin. I try to be very selective about my scarves, so most of the scarves in my collection come with a story, they come with a trip, or they were a gift from a significant other for a special occasion. So these scarves also carry my memories, and I think that's something that's really important about having a scarf, not just to buy things to have things, but to be really thoughtful about it and have less that means more. So my scarf collection is not so great, but it is meaningful to me. So this is the knot that I call the French sailor, and it has nothing to do with sailing, so don't DM me. It's just that the knot reminds me of knots that they make on sailboats with all the ropes going every which way. So what you do is you're going to fold it on the diagonal, and then you're going to roll it up. So now we have a long, even, skinny snake. And we're going to hold it in both of our hands with the loop side and the two loose ends. It's going to go evenly around your neck, and you want to make a closed loop on this other side. So you will have two loops now. And then you put one of the tie ends through the other loop and you make a knot. And to me, it looks like a sailor's knot. It's a very sophisticated knot, but it's actually quite simple to do. And with any scarf, it's not finished when you finish the knot, it's finished after you style it around your neck. So that means opening up butterfly wings, as I call them, and making sure that the folds are nice and neat. This scarf was a gift from my husband for my second gallery exhibition. We have a theme now. So basically I have gallery exhibitions just to get Hermes scarves as presents. The look that I'm wearing today is by Dior. It's a dress that I wore in one of my more significant pieces of artwork that I created when I moved to France, which is a recreation of the Last Supper. It was a way for me to study how I was changing and how the culture was changing me. And I wore this dress in the very center of the photograph to represent the heart, my heart and the heart of France. So the jacket is by Soleado. It is a beautiful velvet silk-lined coat. Soleado is a heritage Provençal brand, and their manufacturing is done here right outside of Saint-Remy. And I love them. I've had this coat actually for years, but they still sell it, which is one of the things that I really love. It's not about always like what's new and what's trendy and what's changing. It's about pieces that you really can collect and that you can wear over and over again, and the craftsmanship is wonderful. So I love Soleado. If you love Provence, you definitely need to know about this brand. As a fun fashion fact about Arles, the first fashion show was actually in Arles, in Provence. The ladies of the town paraded their newest designs, which of course would have been custom made and unique to them, along the promenade for everyone to notice. And they have the news article where the first journalist reported on the fashions of the day. So I love that. So in Provence, a very traditional way to tie your scarf is called a fichu. First, you fold your scarf on the diagonal into a triangle, and you just drape it down your back and around your shoulders, and you tie it. And this, you'll see all the ladies of Arles still wear their scarves this way, and you'll see some Provençal ladies around town. And what's lovely about it is it can cover your bosom, which is where it originally came from, but it shows the back of the scarf design quite beautifully. But it's a 2-for-1 on this one because you can pull it forward, twist it once, flip it through, and you have a beautifully circular wrapped scarf. So I call this one the Provençal lady because you can wrap it around your shoulders very conservatively, or you can tie it around your neck, which looks like a lady. The scarf design is from Soleado as well, which is the Provençal fashion brand I was telling you about earlier. I'm wearing this with my favorite sweater dress, and it's handmade in Italy by Officina. Officina? Officina. I have no idea. But I love it. It's comfortable. All you really need to tie a scarf is a scarf. The smallest of scarves can do once around the neck, and you can tuck it into a turtleneck and have this wonderful feeling. Even if it's not even showing, you can use big, grand scarves to wrap over your shoulders, like the fichus in Provence, how the ladies wear their scarves around your shoulders. You can wrap it around your head if you're going to go for a drive, if you want to protect yourself from the wind. We have the Mistral in Provence, so it gets very windy. It's a perfect way to protect yourself, to keep warm if it's very cold. This is another Soleado scarf, but this one is double-sided, which not all scarves are. So you can decide, based on your look or your mood, which way to wear it. This is definitely one of on the larger scale sizes, which is perfect for how I like to tie my headscarf for a drive. This is very beautiful and very classic and very Hollywood starlet. You fold the scarf in the half on the diagonal, and then you're going to roll it twice on the end to make a nice framing for your face. So you go once, you go twice, and then you take the roll side down by your face. And you don't want to hide all your hair. Think a la Audrey Hepburn. Okay, and then you simply go up, frame the face, around the back, and tie it in the front off to the side a little bit. And now you're ready for a drive in the country. You cannot wear this look without sunglasses, though. It is the finishing knot of this look. What should we do today? So I call this look the Starlet because it was made iconic by people like Audrey Hepburn and Grace Kelly and Jackie O. And it's really the perfect scarf as a way to keep your hair nice and neat, but you can go fast in a convertible and live the dream starlet lifestyle, which we all fantasize about. So I hope you find some inspiration in the way that I tie these scarves. I hope it makes it less intimidating, and I hope you wear them beautifully wherever you are.